Welcome back, everybody, to another day of the Starladder TV Europe Division. I'm Gods, and we've got a big action-packed day for you guys today. We have got, starting things off, Virtus Pro vs Cleave, but later on today we've got Na'Vi vs Alliance, Cloud9 vs Empire, and plenty of fantastic matches for you. As you can see on the overlay, I'm not going to be casting alone, not for this first match. It's going to be Cuddle Guy joining me here, not in the Beyond the Summit studio, but he's going to be joining me on Skype. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Gods. Thank you so much for having me. I am very humbled to be here.
It's good to hear your voice, man. I haven't casted with you. I've like tuned into your stream. I still remember the very first time you streamed, and I was mesmerized by this guy with a cuddle beard.
Yeah, that was an interesting night, that's for sure. But
yeah.
I'm glad it worked out in my favor. I'm happy to cast games. I love Dota. I love watching it, being a part of it. So once again, thanks so much for having me here. I'm excited.
For those of you who don't know, like, what kind of stuff are you casting and doing at the moment?
Oh, I hopped around. I started with just some basic replays. I went with the Amateur 2 Dota League. I was part of Helios. I've definitely done some NEL, EEL, helping with the Thursday evening, Sunday evening Cup series, anything any Dota related. I try my best to get around to the European and even the like Chinese Dota scene, but I'm definitely a true NA Dota fan, so yeah.
That's good to hear. I'm looking forward to this Starladder season because we actually have the American division now, so it's good to see the American teams represented and getting to the LAN finals as well in Kiev. But we'll get into our matches today. You can see our schedule for just a second here, guys. We've got 6 matches in Europe. We've also got America following Europe. But as far as our standings go, Na'Vi, Empire sitting on the top of the standings. They're looking good so far. Alliance are also undefeated, and we'll have to see the Na'Vi versus Alliance showdown later today to see who's going to remain on top. But let's get into our first game of the day. It's going to be Virtus Pro up against Cleave. We'll hop ourselves into the draft now, and well, it's an interesting one. Virtus Pro have kind of been struggling as of late, and I'm kind of interested to see how they do in this style of the match, Cuddle Guy.
Yeah, I mean, they're starting things off going to very blue theme, which I can't hate on that. But Virtus Pro, they're actually on a 2-game win streak. Trust me, I did a little bit of the research. I wanted to make sure I knew. I know Cleave is definitely newer to the Russian Dodo scene, and they're making their own. They're actually trying to get their first win as of recent, definitely in the Starladder. Virtus Pro, like you said, they really need to make a name for themselves. They've been so wishy-washy for like the longest time now, but definitely a team that has a lot of veterans, a lot of experience. I'm sure they're the favorites in this matchup, so we'll see if Cleave can make something happen for themselves, or Virtus Pro can continue on a killing spree of 3 victories straight.
Yeah, and one of those recent victories they had was with G playing Storm Spirit, so I think it's one of his better heroes. Probably one of the bigger names on this. Well, Virtus Pro is actually full of a lot of kind of big Russian all-star players, but this team hasn't had great results. Obviously, they're on a bit of a winning streak, as you mentioned, but for the most part, they have a losing record on this current patch. So if they can continue get some momentum, keep on winning games, it's going to help them out a lot. As for Cleave, you kind of said it. They're a newer team. They actually had a good match against Alliance the other day in Starladder. They lost it, but Lolik, he's not their captain, but he's their solo mid player, played a really good Tinker. So definitely look out for a possible Tinker pick coming from this guy.
Yeah, I watched that game last night of Cleave versus Alliance. It was really good. They definitely, actually, in both the games, they had the upper hand at the beginning of the game, and then it just kind of fell all apart in front of them. So we'll see if they can get the ball rolling and the momentum in their favor and try to hold on to it this time. That game also, Alliance had a very interesting style draft. I don't know if maybe they felt pretty confident and wanted to run something new. They had like Ake on the Axe. That was like a number 4. So we'll see. Virtus Pro, I think they're definitely going to be taking this one seriously. Cleave is not something you want to throw it away. It could be more lose-lose for them. I mean, if they feel they want to make a name for themselves again. So we'll see how they make it work. I'm definitely a big fan of God on the Storm Spirit. So he loves that snowball.
It's always impressive how like these CIS teams you've never heard of like come into Starladder and still like put up good matches against the top teams. Yesterday we had Empire against Insane Gaming, and Insane Gaming played like amazingly well. Like I was really impressed by those guys, and they look more impressive than some of the teams like Next KZ who've been around a while. Like they just played much more consistent. So season after season, these teams they don't normally win games or cause big upsets, but they'll still look like solid Dota teams. Be it Cleave, Insane Gaming, some of the other teams we've got here. So we'll see. Like you say, Virtus Pro can't really take this too lightly. Otherwise, they'll see that 2-win streak go down the drain.
Yeah, and obviously those underdog teams, if they happen to get that win, if they pull that win on Empire, or
Oh
even
yeah.
maybe if it's just a Verse Pro or Alliance, then they know they've just propelled themselves forward. It's like, oh, maybe I'll be the next Navi Alliance Slayer. So it definitely benefits them. They'll be trying pretty hard, and Verse Pro's not going to make it easy. Gods, we have a Doom pickup, which we know Verse Pro, that's their go-to.
This is a go-to hero for a lot of the Starladder teams, especially the Eastern European teams. And the Virtus Pro were the first team to really play the Doom. Like, they were first picking it every game, and everyone's like, what are you guys doing? No one picks Doom. And now everyone's picking Doom, so these guys were ahead of the metagame when it comes to picking Doom.
But I do want to make a side note on this one. I'm going to pull out a little bit of a stat for you. Doom with Virtus Pro currently as of 6.8, 11 matches, their most, but he's 3-8.
Oh man,
with them. So they love Doom, but apparently they don't love winning with him.
that's. I mean, Virtus Pro haven't been winning a lot on this patch, to be honest. Like, I think their overall record is something like 35 to 40%, but it sounds like Doom is doing worse than most heroes.
But you can tell they're dabbling around with the new meta. They picked up the Ancient Apparition first, and we all know he's like the new flavor of the month.
Yeah. They actually dabble around a lot. They've been picking some unusual heroes, like in the past couple of weeks. They played like an Omni Knight as support. They picked a Skywrath for NS as support. NS plays some funky heroes every now and then.
I think it's good, though. They need to mix things up. Maybe they need to find their new formula in this new meta that, makes it work for them. They were so proud of using the Doom and being the pioneers of that, which is obviously still a great hero, but maybe they're looking for the next best thing for themselves. So, we'll see if they do the same here with the opportunity to go against Cleave, who many would consider not the most top tier of team, but now they have the opportunity to really, maybe experiment, try something new. So far, pretty standard cookie cutter.
Yeah, and it goes to show, even though it's a team that they're expecting to beat, they're going to take it seriously. Even if they want to try get 1 or 2 experimental picks, the first 3 here are pretty much what's very popular now. I think Storm Spirit's getting a lot more play as of late, and he's just a great hero all around. He can just can create so much space for the rest of your team.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you have the opportunity to get up to that level 6 and really begin that snowball factor, Cleave. I mean, Batrider is definitely a plausible option for mid. Not really as of late, so this 5th pickup might be potentially what they want to go against the Storm Spirit. Meanwhile, Virtus Pro, they grab up that Naga Siren. I don't know if I've seen Naga on Virtus' team. Do you think you would know if this would be like a support Naga or that, trendy Radiance Rat Naga?
I'm not a big fan of the support Naga. I don't know what exactly we'll be looking at here. We could see... I think it's more likely to be a core hero, but that means either Doom or Naga's going offlane. Na'Vi have actually been playing a lot of this offlane Naga Siren. They've had Funnick going this Max Illusion build in the offlane and just using it to block spawn camps, to pull creeps off tower when pushes come, and it's an interesting offlaner that can kind of work. Doom at the same time is also an offlaner who can kind of work.
Yeah, a lot of versatility here, so we'll see. I think the 5th picks will tell more of the story for both teams, and then we'll have more of an idea of how they'll lane it up for sure. Virtus Pro do want to go with more of a core Naga. They're going to need some, more hardcore support. They've even banned out the Crystal Maiden from themselves, so maybe they have something ideally in mind. I'm always a big fan. When I see Ancient Apparition, I'm always sad that people don't take more advantage of maybe like a Shadow Demon, because the Cold Feet goes through that, and that's like a guaranteed land, and I think it's a dirty, cheesy lane setup, but it just hasn't been trending a lot lately, unfortunately.
Yeah. It gives you the guaranteed stun, I guess, but most people pick the AA for the Chilling Touch and the ulti. But
yeah, absolutely.
I think Cold Feet is somewhat a slightly underrated spell. Just it's not really a direct initial stun, but with the Shadow Demon, it kind of becomes one.
Yeah, you can definitely make it work in some sort of like peanut butter and jelly lane setup, like a Miranda Bane style. But there we go. Puck, last pickup for Cleave. That's who they want to put up potentially against the Storm Spirit in the mid lane.
Okay. So put Nyx onto a support role as opposed to a, I guess, off lane or mid role. Batrider. Batrider's going to be our offlaner for today for Cleave.
10 seconds.
I don't mind the Nyx support. I think I mean, most teams are running him nowadays as an offlaner, but I think he's still very good in the support position.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just important to have in the game altogether. I mean, this is a guy who can make plays, great initiation. Obviously, if you have any sort of relative skill with Carapace, you could do great counter initiation as well. So I'm always a big fan of having the Nyx in the game. He's probably... I believe. Don't worry, Gods. I'm pulling out more stats for you right here. Man. I believe, top played right now in 6.8, Gods. Nyx Assassin. So
yeah.
Welcome back, my friend.
I saw that the other day on the Join Dota stream. The 2 most played heroes is Nyx Assassin and Mirana, I believe.
Yep, you're right. absolutely.
Okay.
I think Mirana has the #1 win rate. More stats.
Wow, like to have the #1 win rate after there's probably heroes who've been picked like 3 or 4 times
More
to a
wins
higher
rather. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most wins probably for the amount of times it's picked up for
Gotcha.
sure.
Yeah, like
57%. There it is.
that's pretty damn high considering how often they've been picked.
And considering how skill-based the hero is, you got to be able to land that arrow and get the plays. And considering a lot of the players have been appropriately picking it up, and not faltering away and trying to do any sort of fancy support Mirana style, they've been making it work. And yeah, that's a lot of wins. I was even a little baffled by that.
Yeah. Well, we'll get ourselves into the game now. It's going to be Virtus Pro versus Cleave, our first of 6 Starladder Europe matches today on day 8. We're going to see Virtus Pro playing over on the Radiant side. We've got G playing his Storm Spirit in the mid lane. We're going to see Doom being played by Arsad. It looks like he's, gearing up. Kind of the off-lane player, but maybe gearing up to go to the jungle here. Jodam's going to be playing a support Naga Siren. Illidan's going to be playing a carry Morphling. And then finally it leaves NS on a support Ancient Apparition. And I'll let you introduce the Diet side, Cuddle Guy.
Cleave, the up-and-comers, trying to get a win for themselves. Russian Dodo at its best. We got Roger leading the front here on the Bane. He's going to be accompanied in this tri-lane setup with Stress on the Nyx Assassin, and they will be babysitting out Yamaha on the carry Lifestealer. In your mid lane, we got Lolik, who'll be on the puck to contest that potential Storm Spirit mid, and bottom, in the off lane, we got Zako. I hope I say that right, on your Bat Rider off lane.
You probably didn't say it right, but I'm not going to be the one to correct you.
Yeah.
It's like the first time you see like Havos name, no one's going to think it's Havos.
Havako? I don't know. Yeah, we'll give it best. But he's taking a little bit of punishment right here. A little quick chilling touch, that extra 50 damage. That's going to smack you on the butt on the way out.
Yeah, he's gone for the boots first as well, so he's a bit light on the regen here. Already forced to use one of his 4 tangos, so this is going to be a painful lane for him. I mean, AA can just trade hits with Batrider, zone him out really well, and that's going to be a big struggle for him at bottom, I feel. I think he just needs to go back to the jungle fairly early.
Yeah, I mean, typically when I see an Ancient Apparition played, I'm like, this is a guy who's going to need a lot of levels. So throwing him in a tri-lane can definitely have its downsides, but for right now, I think they're content in having him just be this enforcer of the lane and smack him around and not let him get close enough for the creeps.
Yeah, he's Chilling Touch on cooldown for now, but Zako is trading hits a bit, but he's going to quickly find out you can not trade hits with an AA. AA with 12 damage over the Batrider. That's a huge difference here. This new Batrider base damage is just pitiful.
Oh, it's weak. He's throwing pillows right now, gods.
Yeah.
It's absolutely dramatic. Mid lane, in the meantime, Roger on the Bane picked up the early rune, thought about making a maneuver in on gods in the mid lane, but now he's just taking advantage of those illusions and just trying to help deny a little bit of that early CS. Puck definitely wants to take the upper hand in this mid lane sooner rather than later.
Yeah. You often see Bane getting the level 1 Enfeeble, like to help out the mid lane, but against the Storm, it doesn't really help because he just pops a Remnant and still gets those last hits, so we'll see Batrider come in, contest a pull here. This will actually help him out. This will get him experience, even if he doesn't get these last hits, and he'll actually get 3 of them, so not too bad.
Yeah, if there's anyone who can contest these pulls better, it's probably a Batrider. This is something I definitely see like Demon play a lot when he does his Batrider is just kind of really harassing the side lanes. Take advantage of the fly to, use the cliff to his advantage, sap away all that XP, and if he can get the last hits, that's even all the better.
Yep. Well, both carries have a pretty easy lane here, and we'll have to see if they go really greedy, like the Midas type builds that you often see come from Lifestealers, or if you're Morphling. Even Morphling can go for Midas. I mean, we've seen Arteezy do it time and time again, even though he plays it sort of in the mid lane. But this may be, especially if Virtus Pro think they can get away with it, I think we may see some Midases come out.
Yeah, I mean, especially on the Nyx in the top lane, he has enough free space. He should be able to quickly get that Midas online and secure more of a late game for himself. Morphling, you always look at and you say, wow, he actually has some items on the Morphling. That's pretty clever, the classy set right there. But also, this is a guy who's going to need a couple items before he can really reach his potential. So he's definitely going to need this free farm, and he's happy to take it right now.
Yeah. Virtus Pro actually just abandoned top lane. Doom hasn't even been up there. He just went straight jungle, which is something we haven't actually seen much of. This is like going back to like 6.79 almost, where teams would just abandon the off lane when they had like a Darkseer or something.
Yeah. And they abandon the top lane on Cleave, and they go right on the Storm Spirit. Really nice. And just after you were saying that he had all the space in the top lane, they knew that, so they're like, let's go ahead and take advantage of this. They throw out the smoke, make their moves to the mid lane. Definitely want to be able to take out the Storm Spirit a time or two before it reaches that level 6. They get it done, and just like always, Cleave off to a great start. Let's hope they can hold on to it.
Yeah, it's one thing to get the first blood, but to keep on going from there. G does have boots and bottle, so even though he goes down, he's got his... I mean, this is all you really need at 3 minutes in the game, so... He hasn't been crippled too much, but Puck's going to be hitting level 6 before G, and that's where Puck will look for another kill when he has that Dream Coil.
Yeah, and he might not even need the extra assistance this time around, so we'll see. It's going to be a battle of the level 6, definitely something we're going to keep our eye on there. Also, bottom lane, Batrider actually pulling in a decent amount of CS, but just as I say that, gets ensnared, cold feet blasted, torn apart. Sorry for praising you there, Batrider. You got taken right down.
He was so far up in that lane. Like that is just way too aggressive against a level 3 Naga Siren as well. The damage upward there, one ensnare and you're dead. You don't even need the cold feet.
Yep, and it works out for their best. Illidan, the one to pick up the kill, timing out the wave and picks it up for himself. Definitely the one you want to be able to get that kill.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Puck can find an illusion rune at top. That gets him... He's actually no longer really ahead of the Storm Spirit on experience so much since he went to go get that rune. Storm going to hit level 6. Probably a fairly similar time to this Puck.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, he already has the Nyx Assassin relatively nearby. I was thinking that maybe for a moment he's going to hang around, for the level 6. Yeah. That might be the case still, and so we can see which team wants to take advantage of the level 6 first. The extra assistance would help out, but it looks like Nyx Assassin instead's going to kind of venture off on his own.
Yeah, Puck has got it now. Storm's just left lane though. He sees the supports a bit, just one support. He sees Bane top, but even with just Nyx missing, he's like, I'm going to stack some pulls. Oh, he's not going to stack, he's just going to kill a few camps here and play as safe as possible to get up to level 6. Or bottom lane.
There we go, bottom lane, yeah. Law taking use of that Dream Coil early, immediately takes apart the Iceman.
Well, that was a TP from a Puck for an AA. Like, it's still another kill going Cleave's way, but that's still a big rotation, as well as his first Dream Coil of the game being used for a support hero.
Yep. Immediate rotation for the Nyx Assassin to take away that XP in the mid lane for himself. He's got to get that Vendetta. He's only level 3, and that's when things can happen. Meanwhile, it does appear that Morphling gets redemption for his own side and immediately takes apart the Batrider once more.
This Bat's struggling to get too much out of this bottom lane. He's got the Tranquil Boots up fairly early, but didn't really get much beyond that. And I think this is where he's got to just give up bottom lane. They can kill him too easily with just even Naga Siren plus Morphling. I think he needs to rotate into that jungle, but he's going to persist. He wants to go back down bottom.
He's like insistent. He's like, nah, that was a fluke. I got to go back and redeem myself here. But man, Illidan, though, you don't want to be giving this guy kills. I mean, Lifesteal in the top lane has free farm, but now Illidan not only has free farm, but he has 2 kills under his belt. So not a good start. Already power treads, already ring of health. Pretty fancy stuff.
We'll be going for that Linken's build, but Yamaha with the Midas, so he needs to come online really fast. Like as much as you want to like go greedy with this Midas, he needs to go into that phase drums, maybe the phase drums armlet, or even just a phase armlet, just to try and get involved in these fights really soon. I feel you've got a Puck on your team. You can go for those infest bombs as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As LD would say. Shout out to BTS, the vehicle for Lifestealer to get into the fight. Lifestealer is one of those heroes you can't just kind of waltz into there to make something happen, especially against a Morphling who can kite you around. You need someone to get in the heart of the battle right away. Puck's great at that.
Cuddle Guy, back in my days, Lifestealer's got Blink Dagger, okay?
Oh my god. Yeah.
That used to be like a legit commonly bought item on Lifestealer.
Imagine, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would assume at that time maybe they weren't taking advantage of the infest was even available to work with. I mean, you got to get him in those fights. It's going to be useless if he's kited around so easy, like a Bristleback would be or something. He's got to be in there, ready to go get the the open wounds started and all the right clicks happening. So.
Well, we've got Arsat. He's speaking of not getting involved. He's been just jungling away. He's going to hit level 6 fairly soon, so may look to see him come out of the jungle, maybe with a support rotation, just try and get a kill with that Doom, because he's hitting level 6 very soon.
I mean, pretty much the theme of this game is when level 6 comes around, we're going to see some fireworks. You got the Doom, you got the Song, you got Ancient Apparition. He's going to start throwing from downtown a couple of ice blasts out, so things are going to get real exciting when level 6 rolls around.
Puck's Stream Call is back up, but I think Puck right now is happy to sit mid, wait for some action to happen in the side lane, or at least a kill to present itself, and then he'll TP and go for the rotation, but actually... Oh, Bane. Thought about going... I think just dropping a sentry, yeah.
Yeah, he's just trying to help out his ally. No Fiend's Grip. If he got the sleep, maybe would have made something happen, but it's a little too far.
He's just missing that Observer. Oh, does he see the Observer Ward? It's being pinged a little. I'm not sure if they get that. In the mid lane, I'm not sure if they quite get vision of that Observer.
Yeah, and we don't see the tower, like, radius indicator, but it's, like, right in the open. If he sees it, he should be able to hit it, unless it's a bit of fog.
No, that's the Radiant Observer Ward.
I'm sorry about that. Oh, I see.
Yeah, the dire side would have to like
out of range. Yeah, the sentry ward just on the cusp. Oh, that struggle that he doesn't even know. He'll watch this replay and he'll be real upset.
That's a cute little ward because normally you put that radiant ward like much closer, like over like around here or even like on the hill, where in range of that sentry. So almost predicting the counter ward, he puts it further back.
Yeah, and you can still see up on the other side of the hill, so it still does its job pretty nicely.
Bottom lane, there's a zip in. They've got that was a long zip from G. Gets an easy kill on the Nyx. The TP from the Bane is going to get cancelled as Doom shows up, and he's got his namesake spell. And with that, I don't think Cleave can defend bottom. They're going to give a tower to the Morphling of all heroes.
Yeah, Morphling. This is the beginning. I don't like it. Yeah. The snow's building up slowly on this Morphling. Late game's looking pretty promising right now, boys. So he's doing pretty good. He's already got the Perseverance online. Immediate Lincolns. That's the foundation item for Morphling himself. So if he gets that sooner than later, it's going to get messy.
Yeah. I think we're going to see top tier 1 tower push come from Cleave. I think as soon as Puck hits Blink Dagger, we've got to see Lifestealer get ganking. Even if he doesn't have an armlet, doesn't have a drums, just phase boots plus Midas, you can do you're almost guaranteed kills with a Puck Blink initiation, and he can't just sit idly at this top lane.
Yeah. Man, I'm just observing that Ice Blast. I'm just thinking like, man, Age Operation's so good. You throw out the Ice Blast and you're already making the whole team second guess committing to a push. Even though no one was really there to defend it, they immediately backed up and they're like, we can't really commit on this. There's an Ice Blast out. We don't quite know where everyone is, so just such a mind games tool as well. I like it.
Bottom lane, you've got Illidan, man. Attack these creeps, what are you doing? Just playing Ring Around a Rosie with him, and
classic PvE matchup down here in the bottom lane.
Yeah. Lifesteal is enjoying the same luxury at top as well, so.
Yep, so we get to see a nice Clash of the Titans later in the game. Who has rised up themselves further? Illidan definitely has to have the advantage with the kills, so, and they're not giving anything away, VP. I mean, right now, they're finally going to make their first commitment to this top lane. They throw out the smoke. They're making rotations in. Let's get some action.
Oh, and Lifesteal just used Infest on a neutral creep to farm. We're going to see Stress get initiated on it. Looks like there's a zip in to follow. He's used the Carapace, but it doesn't matter. G doesn't actually hit him until it's worn off. Stress is going to go down, I believe. He does pop a Mana Bone. In goes the Puck. Going to go on the Storm Spirit. Storm in trouble, but there's a Doom out. Coming on the Lifesteal. Yamaha in all sorts of trouble. Looks like Arsat should be able to bring him down to the tower. The right-click damage is there. He throws a Shockwave for good measure. Meanwhile, the Storm Spirit is actually still alive. They're going to... Ooh, Song of the Siren. Lolic's still there. He can't actually orb out of here, and so far, Cleave have lost 2. Arsat's... He's trying to get the Bane. Bane's just juking it. Level Death is spot on. He had a level 2 level Death. It was the right trigger. Arsat going to go down to the Batrider now, but... A good fight for Virtus Pro. They trade 1 for 3, it looks like, and Cleave just didn't have the firepower to take that fight.
Yeah, a bit of a hot mess. It was a little all over the place, but Virtus Pro definitely came out on top with that one. They pushed ahead 6-3. They got the Lifestealer down, which is everything they could have ever wanted, and then some. And Illidan has been just chilling this bottom lane, taking advantage, watching his teammates take it to him, so he's super happy. Things are looking very nice right now for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, that was 4v5, like, come to think about it. Cleave brought every hero into that. It didn't help that the Lifestealer gets taken out by a Doom. Nyx is dead before the fight begins, but they trade 1 for 3 in a 4v5 scenario. Lincoln's is going to be up so incredibly fast on Illidan now as well.
Yep, and I mean, if Cleave want to make something happen, they want to get the momentum back in their favor. This is the time. Batrider now, level 8. He's finally got the Blink Dagger in his hand, so we'll see if they can make a pickoff happen with one of the best in Batrider. But now with that Lincoln Sphere, Morphling can't be immediate target. Now you have to think about getting rid of that Lincoln's before it. An immediate Infest Bat now, though, heading to the top lane.
Goes for a solo smoke as well, so he wants to make sure he can get there somewhat undetected, which is probably worthwhile against Naga Illusions. Possible observer wards
speed.
And yeah.
Want to get there quick.
Ooh, finds an Invis rune. You don't want to pick up that Invis. Well, it kind of reveals the fact you're smoke when you take it. Like Virtus Pro will see that rune go missing in front of their eyes and be like, "Wait, what?" They're either smoked or there's a Nyx Vendetta.
Oh, yeah, they're pinging it out. I was going to say, hopefully their eyes happen to gander there at that moment, but they do ping it, they do see it. Already Naga throwing out the illusions and immediate TP. Had the song in case things got hairy, but he's gone. And now this will be, there'll be a waste of time. They might just hand over the tower.
Yeah, and they're doing this because they're getting the tier 2 bottom. Virtus Pro have their entire team here at bottom lane. And this looks like a Morph solo push. Cleave may fall for this and try TP back to defend, and then Storm's going to zip in. Everyone's just right here waiting. This could get ugly for Cleave.
Naga's there, so as long as you get some... Oh, nope, will not matter. He's just going to blast out with the Ice Blast. They're going to trade the 1-for-1, yeah. But Virtus Pro definitely happy with the structure, too.
Oh, a lot of TPs coming in. Big AoE from the Ice Blast. Catches out Roger here. I'm not going to see any sort of a zip in from G, though, but... A tier 2 for nothing. They don't even get the tier 1.
Yeah, but they want to do something. This bat is waiting. They have a very itchy trigger. Yeah, they want to make something happen. They're committed now. They're spotted out. When did we eject? Come on. There we go.
He was in there for the full cooldown of it. He was in there for 90 plus seconds.
Maybe he had to use the bathroom, gods. I don't know. Stepped in there, wanted to get away from the keyboard a bit. Just, whatever. But yeah, they couldn't make it happen. This has got to be a little morally,
Yeah,
they couldn't get the tower. Can't find something for the Bat Rider to do. Virtus Pro, man, they know their stuff. They got great game sense to spot out the visibility in the top river get taken up. They knew things were happening. They took the worthy exchange, and now they're looking to fight here in the top lane.
Yeah, well, Lifesteal wants to rotate in here. He needs to be careful. He could be the Doom target here. Pluck goes in with the Blink Silence here. Illidan can't actually morph yet. He can soon. Wave format. Doom goes onto Yamaha. There's a Blink last onto Asa, but he's already popped the Doom. Song of the Siren's going to buy some time. Set up an AA Ice Blast onto Yamaha. Catches him perfectly. There's a pull from G. He zips in. That's the death of the Lifestealer. Can they bring down more? It looks like they'll get the Bat as well. No. 2 heroes down. Possibly more as Puck goes in. He'll take out the Naga Siren, but he actually gets out of there. Nicely played from Lolit. Keeps himself alive. Gets a kill, and Illidan wants to chase deeper, but it looks like he's a bit tentative to do so.
Yeah, man, well, they should be able to get this tier 1. I don't know if they're going to want to contest this. They're all, some of their life, their mana is all very low. They're just kind of lingering around, but there's really nothing they can do about this. Yeah. And that Naga pick now makes a lot more sense from Virtus Pro. We're just going to see the songs usually coming out to counter that lasso from Bat Rider, and they did it very nicely there. Got to reposition themselves and make it happen, so I guess that makes a lot more sense.
I mean, you don't really think of like Sleep setting up an AA ultimate, but it works out okay. It doesn't have the biggest AoE, like setting up like a Darkseer Vacuum or a Black Hole or something, but still not bad. Like it just, like you say, VP can just position themselves so well using that Sleep.
Yeah, and man, they handed over a double kill now. My boy, Morphling, just sweet, delicious, copious amounts of gold for himself. Lincoln's already online, 1,500 in the bank. It's getting a little ridiculous here.
Yeah. Well, we may see a pick-off here on G. He's unawares of this Nyx here. Nyx, I don't think he's got the damage, so it's only a level 3 Impale as well. He can't actually kill G here.
With it's now or never, gods.
Here's Puck. They need the Puck here. Oh, with the Puck, it may be a kill. Uses Dream Coil.
Oh, that coil. Please, we gotta get a kill. We gotta get a kill. We got to get the momentum going. Cleave, pull it out. All the stops, even if it takes a coil.
Anything, like you say. Stormer's... Okay, he's not that close to a BK, but he has just got the Yoga Club. But even so, this is looking pretty ugly for Cleave here. They're only down 3 kills. It's only... Well, it's a 5k plus gold lead, but... It just feels like VP are just outmaneuvering them. And, like, this Morphling just doesn't have a counter right now.
Yeah, no, and it doesn't look like he'll have one in the relative near future. I'm curious right now. They're smoked up. They know that the Dream Coil's down. I wonder if they want to be able to take advantage of this. They see that Lifestealer is flirting around here in the top lane. They might look to just go right in for this one. We got Doom online and everything. They're making the move in. Blink Lasso. Can I get the Doom down first? Nope. The immediate blast from the Ancient Aberration. Doom on the run back will actually end up falling. The power of Chilling Touch and all that heavy flame damage was enough to take him down, and great mini counter initiate. Doom is on the Lifestealer, but he'll be able to get away with this, no problem.
Big bait coming in, and that Rider reacted so fast that Doom couldn't actually pop his ultimate. If he pops his ultimate before the lasso, could go down. It'd probably be like a 0-for-0 trade at that point, but getting the Doom off got the kill.
Yeah, there we go. Cleave, though, they want to say, hey, you're not going to be able to snowball through this whole game. They pick up a couple kills for themselves and take advantage of the lasso finally right there and make something happen. Proper initiation. I wonder if Doom will be the choice of target more often than not, because that Doom is going to be pretty devastating if he manages to get it off on the Lifestealer or pretty much anyone at that matter.
Yeah, Pucker's going to become a pretty tasty Doom target as well. We'll see Cleave actually bring down a tier 1 tower here. TP coming in, but... Oh, they even used a sleep there.
Yeah, nice jukes to get away. Barely blinks out in time to sleep. Not quite there to catch him down. And, well, momentum shifting towards Cleave. They're getting it back for themselves. They got a steep hill to climb, though, because you always have that sweet Morphling farming away who now has the Ghost Scepter, moving into that shotgun get-up, where he will definitely look to probably quickly take down the likes of the Squishy Bane or, even the Nyx Assassin with not even 800 life yet. He's going to have to play it careful.
Yeah. Puck's also a fairly squishy hero. You can phase shift dodge some of it, but if you've already used the phase shift, you're in a lot of trouble against a Morphling Ethereal Blade.
Yep. We'll see. Virtus Pro, though, I'm actually surprised they still haven't even taken the mid-tier 1 yet, so they have a lot of gold to inherit here in the near future. And bottom lane, they're just kind of hanging back. Personally, I'm a little surprised at how passive-aggressive Virtus Pro is being right now. I think they're just going to wait for good counter-initiate potential. When the bat makes maybe a move in, they'll pull out the sleep, the Ancient Apparition ult to follow, and just trying to turn it back on him. But, we might see something here. Is Puck moving Infest Bomb on the Morphling? This is the best target you can get. Throw out the coil, they try to get a Lincolns, and they get him down. Wow, Cleave ripping apart the Morphling.
That's sweet, man. There's going to be a counter initiation coming from G, but there's a lasso waiting for him. The Doom comes out. That's on the lifesteal. AA Ice Blast going to catch 3 heroes. Make it 4, actually. That's a huge Ice Blast, but it doesn't matter. Doom goes down anyways. G's in trouble as well. He's low on mana here. He uses up all his mana. Lolik, he's going to blink in 2 seconds. Blink, Orb, and G's dead.
Oh, man.
What a turnaround coming from Cleave.
They're like on a 6-kill streak right now, making it happen right now for their team. They get the prize Morphling as well. I know he had a bit of a bounty going for himself too, so a little extra gold there. And Cleave, they're taking it right back to him. The gold graph is beginning to dip back towards that even, which is something they definitely want. And wow, good for them.
Virtus Pro will not be happy with how the last 5 minutes of this game have gone. They were just controlling it from start to the first, till then, and now it's like, well, okay, what are we doing? Just throwing away kill after kill, and more than anything, Cleaver just move around the map really well with the Lifestealer infested, either the Puck, the Batrider, and it's this 3-hero roaming squad. It's always the Lifestealer +1, and then the Nyx Assassin there, Vendetta as well. Like, they always just have that extra 1 hero there to help get these kills nice and fast.
Yeah, I think also Virtus Pro just kind of were getting a little confident right there. He was just moving through the jungle trying to get that farm. I don't think he was expecting a lot of the Cleave group just be in his own jungle to spring the trap right in front of his face. So now they have to play a little more cautiously, get those wards up. We already see a ward battle happening on the bottom lane. They actually get the tier 1 as well in the mid, so a little bit extra gold for them in their pocket. But yeah, now we got to work on our map awareness, boys. We don't want to get caught out like that again.
Yeah, the warding really is favoring Cleave right now. They've got great vision, especially around the Roshan pit, but neither team with much vision beyond that, so we'll see Puck pick up a Dagon here as well. So Lolik's had a great game. To me, he's been like almost a standout player for this Cleave side. We've got for a Blink Dagon, he's 4-0 and 3. He's been there setting up a lot of these kills and turning around these fights.
Did we already acknowledge he went to Dagon? Is that what we're saying? He's gonna go for heavy burst? Okay.
I just saw the pickup now. I didn't realize until that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, bit out of the norm typically for a Puck, but I mean, they're going for the heavy burst. Maybe, you know, they'll take advantage of a misplaced, like, Ghost Scepter, you know, try to burst down the support quickly sooner than later. It's been working in their favor when they get this proper lockdown with the help of the lasso, that whoever they choose, they want to take down immediately, so we'll see if it works out in their favor.
Yeah, it's pretty painful for Morphling if he's in that ethereal form. Oh, Blink Lasso, they find Assad. These Infest ganks are working out well. Arsak goes down before he can pop an ultimate. The TP's coming in. I don't think these are going to matter too much. Stress still has a Carapace, but not going to need it.
Maybe if Naga got there sooner and put out a song, maybe they could try to make a counter initiate happen, but it wasn't there. And man, they just confidently just jumped to that tower and immediately took apart the Doom again. Doom is not happy with this Batrider. That's like 3 times now the Batrider's just had his number.
Yeah. And it's not just one Dagon. Nyx is going Dagon as well. Like, they're going all-out burst damage. More pops than Ethereal Blade, you spam Dagon on him, he takes so much damage. And you've got, like, mana... He's actually maxing mana burn over Carapace. This is a build you almost never see, but it gives a bit more burst damage, it's much more spammable, and that can be used to break the Lincoln Sphere as well on this Morphling with a pretty decent range.
Yeah, it's a bit unorthodox, definitely. They're, you know, probably throwing their own shotgun abilities out there to contest the Morphling. It's working in their favor. I mean, pretty much blink in, grab a hold of them, burst the hell out of him, get him out of the fight, and we'll try to take advantage with numbers from there on out. So hopefully they don't get like too confident in blasting everything they have on trying to take down maybe like a Morphling, let's say, if they make the jump on him and take him down immediately, but then they'll have nothing left for the rest of VP, and they could pull back with a still relatively good counter initiate, especially if Storm Spirit manages to get a few more items. He's near that BKB, so, and he makes the jump in across the river. You're gonna go on Lolik, and he will be taken down. Bit of bounty right there, 550 gold going towards the Doom, so bit of a redemption for himself after those couple of feeds, and he takes a ward, an extra 50 gold right there.
Yeah, there's actually been a gem pickup on Jodam on the Naga Siren, so a lot of they get both wards as well, so it's going to get hard for Cleave to play this next 5-10 minutes of the game. They're going to have no map vision, They've got to be very careful, because I think Virtus Pro are done giving up kills, and they're going to be looking to stick together pretty well here. Lifestealer picks up a Deso, which is not really your standard lifesteal item. Normally you go into your Bash or Abyssal Blade at this point, but if he gets onto the Doom, he can bring down this Doom pretty damn fast. I think that's going to be what he tries to do every fight with Batrider. Engage on Doom, and then Puck kind of silences and tries to deal with the rest of the heroes, like the Morphling. Even if you're not killing Morph, just silence him, throw some mana burns at him, try to just take him out of the fight.
Yeah, definitely someone you want. He's been pulling in most of the farm for BP altogether. Speaking of the Desolator build, though, can't be too surprised now after 2 Daggons and a Mana Burn build-up. Cleave are just trying something new for themselves, maybe kind of putting a VP in a bit of their uncomfort zone and just kind of like, you know, whoa, this is a bit unusual for us. We're getting caught out, picked up after Morphling fell in the jungle. They're like, let's get a gem. Let's take control of this map. We don't want to get, you know, caught out like that again. And let's see if they can assert themselves and let Doom be like the true initiator, or maybe a jumping in Morphling or the Storm Spirit, who really hasn't the potential to snowball like you typically see. I mean, Cleave is trying to take control of this game heavily. Bat, meanwhile, infest it up. They're going to make something happen. They grab a haste. This could be pretty nice if they take advantage of it.
Yeah, a pretty nifty rune to have as a Batrider, but unfortunately, looks like VP are going to stick together. They're going to go for a smoke of their own. Ethereal Blade picked up as well, so this is scary times here for Cleave. If they get engaged on, they'll lose 2-3 heroes very fast. One gets doomed, another gets Ethereal Bladed. At the same time, if Cleave get the jump and Puck goes on the Morphling with a Blink Silence, he's got 800 HP. This Morphling can melt if he gets Blink Silence.
Here we go, though. Redemption.
Yeah.
Doom jumps in, but wow, it gets blown up!
This Lifestealer, he just two-shotted the AA as well. The Song of the Siren comes too late. It's not going to matter. Batrider's going to buy back for this one. I don't know if Virtus Pro want to fight this. They're going to try and do so. There's a BKB pop from G. They'll bring down the Bane to bring things off. Zako's come back. He's got a lasso going on Illidan. Can they actually bring down Illidan? There's a Desolator on the Lifestealer. He's going to bring down Illidan. The Morphling is dead. G's got no mana as well. He's got a TP, but that's all he's got. And I don't think he's going to be able to TP out of this one. There's a Flame Break. He's going to try and go for it, but he's not going to do it. Ultra kill for Yamaha. The Desolator pickup. I will not question it. That was just undoubtedly insane damage output coming from our Lifestealer.
Was that a Doom or an illusion? He got blown up so quick.
Oh.
I mean, now I'm looking over Doom's items. No mechanism. He has the drums, but like...
Did he have plate mail for that fight?
No, he didn't I think he just grabbed it now. I don't think he had it for that fight, but it definitely would have helped out. He got taken apart immediately. Obviously, the squishy support went down next, and wow, Cleave just held control, and they hit like trucks right now with the Daggons and with the Desolator, and they took it right to VP and won that one.
I think you're right. He didn't have that plate mail because if he melted to the Lifestealer. He was down in the negatives for armor, and if Cleave can get themselves this Roshan now, they'll be looking like they're going to be in a much better position than VP. I think already they're in a better position than VP. Puck's leveling up his Dagon now. Nyx has got his Dagon one, and the burst damage is just insane. Morphling cannot be going full... He's going this full Agi shotgun, but I think you've got to at least leave like 20 or so strength, like at least base strength, because he's going to melt too quickly. He's so gankable. I
hope he doesn't make the mistake, feed it over, and learn from that. In the meantime, I was trying to think about what was gonna. It's pretty dumbfounding to me. Like, I wonder if it's now Virtus Pro kind of thinking about changing up their style. They're going pretty, you know, cookie cutter as far as a build, but now they're going against this copious amounts of damage. Stress sees out Storm Spirit, maybe bursts him down. Now he has the Dagon power, takes him apart, and takes him down on mid lane. They go on Doom, grab the lasso, and get another kill. Cleave having at it right now on Virtus Pro. Tired of losing in this Starladder. They want to take it hard.
What a team, man. What a team. These guys, not many upcoming teams, when you fall behind by like 5k gold, you're getting outplayed, beaten in the early game, can they say, okay, let's just turn this one around? And that's exactly what Cleave have done.
It looked pretty devastating. I nearly was like, well, this is going to be a quick cast, guys.
Yeah.
But we're done because Morphling, man, he had like 5 kills early in the game. He was getting the towers in the bottom lane. They took advantage in the top. But man, Cleave now running right back to him, getting all sorts of crazy pickoffs that I'm sure even VP are dumbfounded over. They're trying to take advantage of that Roche, but VP know this. They throw out the
Lifestealer died to it. That is a huge mistake and a big loss.
Oh, boy.
He's
not even happy about that one.
You know, they were on such a hot streak, and one mistake like that throws away so much of what you just worked hard for. Especially if VP take Roshan themselves.
Yeah, nice Roshan you got here. I'm just going to go ahead and step in and take it for myself now. Yeah. You have no Lifestealer. No, it just blew up in their face. Oh, man. Well, hopefully Cleave don't just throw it all away with this one. They might have to hand this one over. The thing about nearby, though, Bat is flying. Can they get the steal?
There's a song, just to make sure it doesn't happen.
Nice.
I like that sleep, and they're going to engage on this. Bane looks like he's all sorts of dead. There's a BKB prompt from the Storm. He gets blown up by the shotgun. He does go down eventually to the Naga Siren. Actually nightmared himself. And oh, that's Virtus Pro. You can see just like they've got it much clearer, like late game decision making. The experience really showed there with how they followed up killing off the Lifestealer.
Yeah, they're making really smart decisions, Naga, with that very nice security blanket of a song, not allowing them even the thought to jump in and take the steal, and then they had the opportunity to move up the hill, catch out a couple, and take them out. And Virtus Pro, man, they're just taking the game right back in their favor. That window that Cleave had, they threw it open, they wanted to make it happen. I mean, they could still, you know, not counting them out of this one yet, but it was a little detrimental to them and all that momentum they did have.
Yeah, well, I think that was just a bit of a slip-up. Like, they're going to lose a lot of their momentum, but I still think they're, even on even terms, or at least kind of close. We're going to see Illidan take a lot of damage at mid, as we'll dish out a lot of damage at mid onto Stress on the next Assassin, but he's okay. He can tough that one out.
Maybe if he could take him down immediately, he would have committed to it, but didn't want to risk too much. He felt that the rest of the Cleave squad would have been nearby. Quickly throws out the Replicate and just kind of, you know, instead flexing his muscles and shoving back the next Assassin, showing who's boss.
Yeah.
So.
With the Aegis now, he can play just a lot more risky here, this Morphling, and that helps him out a lot.
Yeah, I have a good feeling that once the appropriate time comes, they'll build up a little bit more farm, and once it gets closer to the Aegis expire time, they're going to want to go for a serious brawl here, and if they manage to clean house with that help, then, you know, it could be, I don't know, it could be nearly the beginning of the end, though the push power from both teams isn't too crazy, so we'll see. Meanwhile, Bat infested up. Good old infested Bat, you know, not even rolling with the puck infest, not once this time. They want to make it happen with the Bat this time. So speaking of an orthodox Cleave, though, they're just committed to that.
Alright, well, we'll see where they look to go from here. Bat's still with a gem. It looks like Virtus Pro have bought another gem for themselves on the, well, hasn't actually come out yet. So both teams want to get that map control up, and well, you need map control against this Bat Rider. He's found his way onto the Radiant jungle, and I believe he's done so without being spotted. So if he can find a pick at bottom lane, that's a big win for Cleave, and they can kill this Storm. If they get the Blink Lasso on it, I think they'll kill him before the Lasso wears off. They've got the damage output from this Lifestealer.
Yeah, they definitely do. As you said, Vendetta already online. They're making the hunt. They want to make the move. He's done it before. He's jumped from the woods right at the tower. He's not afraid, so he'll make the move right in. It'll all be about whether or not VP can quickly counter-initiate. We have a couple of TPs here. I'm trying to look over their inventories, and they do. Song will not be up for this potential engagement, but I don't know. They have to get it done quickly. Naga Siren nearby, or an Illusion rather, nearby to scout him out. I don't know if it'll be close enough or not, but if they commit to this, they better make it happen, because there's going to be a lot of rotation coming out from the rest of Virtus Pro.
Yeah, well, an accidental unpause. Yeah, this Illusion is probably going to see this fire soon. I'm not sure if it's actually moving or if it's just passively sitting there, but
no, it's moving. He's
Okay.
definitely spreading him out, so
Gotcha.
it has the potential it could see him.
Yeah. I think they can easily kill Storm fast enough, and even if Morphling TP's in, they kill Storm before Morphling gets there, and then they can, well, either run really quickly or just kind of try and hold their ground and fight it as a team, because they've got Stress there on the Nixon. They've got 3 heroes here. Looks like Bane isn't really in a position to come join, and Puck, though, he's rotating bottom, and that's a hero they do need. There we go, there's a Blink, there's a Lasso, they've caught out G, the right-click damage will be more than enough. Morphling TPs, but, well, fight's already over. He can wait for him with a shotgun, maybe going to bring down Zako.
Yep.
Yamaha's actually the target. He goes down to the Ice Blast, nicely played there, taking out the Lifesteal. Meanwhile, Nyx Assassin brings down the AA, Morphling. He's got to replicate up, and may just need to replicate out of this one.
Ooh, a nice shift, gets away, but eats the coil. Bane throws out, gets rid of the Lincoln Sphere, pulls out the ultimate, holding him still. Dagon will help out. Now the Aegis will be popped, and Snare flying out on Stress, holding in place with the help of the Riptide, going to try to burst him down, but he, oh no, will not get a shotgun down from the TP, and they take him out. Virtus Pro. Now, with that said, especially after taking out the Lifestealer, rather, they've came out on top easily, and we were talking about it. They made the jump in, but that tier 1 is still standing. Yeah. They're able to rotate over and jump right in.
They got back there just too quickly and easily, and once that Lifestealer goes down, Cleave just lacked the real damage output. Puck got a nice little deny on the Doom, denying the Batrider, so Virtus Pro only really got 2 kills out of it, but it still wasn't really enough for them. But it looks like both teams are going to trade their gems, so both teams still have a gem, but AA is going to be hitting his Aghanim Scepter soon, and that's where Cleave have already been struggling to fight this AA ultimate, and with an Ag Scepter it gets even harder. Oh, lol. Oh, man. That was a mistake.
Yeah, easily getting caught out there, unfortunately.
That shouldn't happen. Not when you've got a phase shift blink.
Well, no. Fortunately, Cleave, man. I hate to say it, but just from the games I've seen, they do so good, and then unfortunately something happens and it just kind of falls apart. I really want these guys to be able to get something going for themselves. 0-2 so far in the Starladder, but we've seen they have glimmers of just great potential. They even get the likes of Virtus Pro. We've seen them in Alliance, just really taking it to them hard, not taking anything lightly, but sometimes just these little mistakes, it can blow up in your face, and now they're going to be potentially losing this tier 2 tower and a lot more momentum for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, Virtus Pro can even look to re-engage. They've got the BKB up on it. Storm Spirit. This is going to get tricky for him. Even Morphling getting close to his BKB. Interesting to see him go for a BKB, but that's how he's going to get out of the puck blink silence, because that's actually causing him problems. You can't morph stats when you're silenced, and you need a BKB to get out of it. The Lincolns does not help against the puck.
No, certainly not. And here we go, Smoke. It looks like they want to try to take it to him. Don't give him the opportunity to catch him out in the jungle. They're going to move up the hill, but Naga Siren will not see. Might see the puck, but they're all smoked out, going to scavenge things out. Here's Illidan, though, quickly replicates away, and they're making the jump. Nope, they will not be able to make it happen. Batrider, unable to catch anyone out, and just the ever-so-elusive Virtus Pro slipping right through their fingers and out of the jungle.
That was a bit of bad luck. The Morphling was going to... He didn't even replicate because he saw them. His replicate got down to 1 second, and he was replicating regardless because he wanted to get back to base, pick up his BKB. So it was just really unlucky timing. If he replicated before he broke the smoke, then they can maybe remain smoked and pick off some other VP heroes, but just very fortunate timing for Virtus Pro.
Yeah. Very nice coincidence for them. Makes the move back, and like you said, now has that BKB, a little extra survivability, a little extra meat on the bones for the Morphling, who does love to glass cannon himself out. So looking very promising for them, and as they make the long shift over. I mean, gods, at this point in the game for Cleave, what do you do? How do you get that window of opportunity back in your favor? They had that moment, but is it long gone now?
It's still there. I think they need to be a bit patient. They're trying to just force the issue too much, and just also having heroes off farming their own who are being picked off. But they've shown that they can get in this game by using these infest lifestealers, picking off the Doom first. I think you have to go back to either focusing Doom or the Storm Spirit first, using the lasso. But it's just going to get trickier because Naga Siren's now level 11, so there's a level 2 sleep coming into play, and just that difference in cooldown. They struggle to fight the Song of the Siren almost because it's just used defensively to protect people.
Yep. Virtus Pro in the meantime, all smoked up, hanging around this bottom lane. We'll see if they decide to make something happen. I have a feeling Naga might hold on to the Song of the Siren, not use it as an initiate tool, but instead wait to see if they can potentially bait out maybe a bat. They see him now. They're going to actually catch the bat who's hanging around inside the base, and now, my god, it really gets ripped apart. So that is your initiation gone.
Oh, Morphling actually pops a BKB here. He's a bit afraid of the puck there. Just scared the Dream Call of the Dagons. Oh, the double Ds, the Dagons come out and... Well, that's one way to use your Dagon. It's just an AA, though, end of the day.
Yeah, not worthy over a bat, so...
Oh, Doom comes out now. Nyx Assassin's in trouble here. They're going to pop the Scorched Earth here. He's on the chase here. May see another deny come out. Stress should just be okay here, actually. Assad's not had a good game. Normally, I kind of praise Assad for being the most stable player on this roster and just being one of their better players, but this Doom game of his has been a bit lacking.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting game. He definitely had a hard time earlier in the run when he was a little more made of paper. Now he managed to finish the Assault Curiosity. He has a little more tankiness to himself with the extra armor. And definitely going against the likes of that Lifestealer and his Desolator. Sorry, by the way, that's New York City. He wants to co-cast with me, honking it out in the background. But, but yeah, I mean, you're right. It's definitely been a pretty, up and down performance from Ars Art. I don't know, man. I'm actually a little surprised Virtus Pro didn't capitalize on the situation more, especially after they took out Batrider and that heavy initiate. Now he'll be able to get back into the game. And, Cleave, the best chance is trying to get a good initiate with the bat, lock someone out, take out one of the big prize targets. But, man, that AA ult, does he have that step? He does. Oh, man, that Agnum Scepter, it's just too good. It's too long, and those supports, if they get hit, they're going to have to second guess about even committing to a fight.
And you combine it with a Storm Spirit and Morphling who can, you can just throw those AA ultis on a hero, and Storm's anywhere nearby, he zips in, finishes them off. Same for a Morphling. If he's anywhere nearby, wave in, shotgun, guaranteed kill.
Ooh, Cleave doing what they do best, though. They're like, we're just going to hit him up in their jungle. They're not going to see that one coming. He barely misses the opportunity. Nope, jumps in. Can he get the right Naga, though? The coil catches on 2 of them. Now the Lifestealer pops the infestation. There's the big hit, the shotgun, and they take down the Batrider easily. Now going to move on Yamaha. Yamaha will eat the ult and should be taken down right here, and that's detrimental right now to Cleave as they lose both prize possessions in the Batrider and the Lifestealer. Virtus Pro now, maybe they make a push on the bottom lane and take it right to the base, which they are pinging out at the moment.
Yeah, after that, this game gets very far out of reach for Cleave. That was so costly for him, but so well executed by VP. They blow up the Batrider first, just ensnare the Lifesteal and ignore him, and Naga Siren ensnare is just not allowing Lifesteal to do as much damage as he needs to do in these fights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just guessing that Cleave wanted to make something happen like they did earlier, try to catch someone out in the jungle, just play that ballsy strat of just going at him, but unfortunately they just found one too many and they couldn't get the job done quick enough, and now they might potentially lose a Rax. Nope, they're going to make a jump in on Stress, and if they get this pick off, it'd be nice, and they easily do so. Illidan moves on ahead to a mega kill streak, and now they're going to go ham and try to take down this first set of Rax of the game, and man, Cleave, they had it. They had it for a while there, and it just fell right apart, unfortunately.
Got a good 10 seconds with no Lifesteal. These Raxes should go down. Puck can maybe try and stall them, but he's not going to keep these Raxes alive. And 5 seconds on Lifesteal. A melee Rax is going to go down. This is first set of Rax of the game. Puck's actually going to go with a Dagon. He almost brings down G. The Song of the Siren's there, though, and Lifestealer, he's TPing into this. TP's out. Morphling.
Oh, hey! I don't have it, guys. I can't do it.
Team, please.
Live on without me. Oh, alright. They do manage to get away, though. Oh, I was hoping that maybe they managed to scout out God right there, but they all make the quick escape. Batrider, a little tardy to the party, if you will. Shoutouts to AC, I guess, for that one. And they, unfortunately, will lose one Rax, which is all VP could ever want. Naga pulls out the song, and they make their quick escape, and maybe they're going to go for a Roche, but man, Virtus.pro immediately knows something's happening. They throw out the AO immediately, and now they have to second guess even committing to this.
Does Lifestealer die here? He's got Armored on. I think he's going to become very... Okay, not that close. He infests to stop taking damage. That's a good move.
Yeah.
I think he would have been okay, but it would have been very close to killing him.
I didn't think about that you never consider the Ice Blast just works so nice against the Armlet.
Yeah.
If you don't use it properly, you're going to be eating a lot more damage than you had hoped for. And now they have to make the retreat into the base to heal up. Virtus.pro on the hunt, moving right back into Cleave territory.
Another Ice Blast. He's going for the Fountain Snipe. Uh-oh.
He shoots.
Saw coming.
Very nice, yeah. They scouted out. Good team coordination and communication to get away from that one, I guess. That would have been pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, like triple kill in the Fountain there.
All to add to more Cleave's demoralizing events that have happened throughout the game. That would have been no bueno, but... Alright, Virtus.pro. The opportunity's coming. Are they going to go for the jugular here in the relative near future? Illidan does have the Eagle Song completed. Looking to move forward into some more damage. Jumping in on the Batrider. That's big damage. He does catch him out. Illidan's doing serious work. Batrider caught out again. Who's supposed to be the heavy initiate right now for Cleave. That's like the third time straight he's been caught out and taken apart before he even has the opportunity to be a part of these team fights.
Yeah, this Bat started out the first half of this game being the playmaker. He had such a fast Blink 4 staff, and he has not had any items since then.
Oh man, the commitment just to take down the AA, and now it's gonna... Hello guys, how's it going? And they're gonna throw out the Song of the Siren, try to make something happen, potentially Doom with the Doom. Can he make a move in and snares to fly out? But he's silenced up.
Oh, pops a BKB, that's the death of Stress. He wouldn't even need the Doom as Lifestealer. Forced to pop a Rage, and he's been once again Ice Blasted, so that's back to the Fountain he goes.
Yeah, and they should be able to make their moves into the base with this one. Lifestealer is back, and Batrider's got 6 more seconds. This is probably going to be the last hurrah, hopefully. Puck levels up the Dagon once more. Let's go out with a bang, boys, as they look to make a move in on the Rax in the mid lane.
Yeah, there's an Aegis still up on Illidan, and killing him once is tricky enough, killing him twice just may not be possible. They go with the Blink Silence, he's been shotgunned already. Illidan gets low, but pops a BKB, he's still got the Aegis, not the best target to go, and G's been lassoed, but there's no follow-up damage. They're just not really coordinating as well as they need to be, and Morphling brings down your Lifestealer. That's Rax's. That's GG, Coddle Guy. There's just no coming back from this.
No, definitely the window opportunity did pass. Cleave just taking so much advantage. They had all that initiation on their team. The Nyx Assassin, the Batrider, the Puck. It was working in their favor there for a while as they managed to burst down the Doom and even Illidan a couple of times. But now, as you can see, Batrider is now a former image of his once self being initiated, and now he's taken apart immediately. They're just going to look to clear house right now. Virtus.pro, just a team that's looking to get it back. They're going to get their 3rd win now and move on to a 3-win streak. And definitely happen to get the momentum in their favor after what has been a wishy-washy performance history from them.
Well, hold their top Braxis here. Morphling just abandoned ship. Like, he left his team to die. Okay, they'll call GG anyways. Morphling with the Aegis, not even wanting to use it, but Virtus.pro, they get a win, they should win, but it was not as convincing as it should have been.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely gave a glimmer of hope there to Cleave in the mid-game, but Virtus.pro, I mean, this is a team of some crafty veterans. They get it together. They make it work. Illidan's Farm just proves too much in the long run. They were able to capitalize, get the initiations going in their favor against the heavy initiate team. And, man, props to Virtus Pro. They get it done. Cleave, hopefully they can get that win. Hopefully.
Yeah, well, that's for Virtus Pro. That's 3 wins in a row for these guys, so that's not too bad, especially with a lot of these big tournaments coming up. We're getting to the heart of Dream League. Starladder as well, if you want to qualify for the LAN finals, you need to start winning some games, because only 4 of these 16 European teams will make it there. So it's a good time to go on a good winning streak. This is big tournaments being played with Dream League. You've got to finish in the top half of the league to qualify. Starladder, you've got to finish in the top quarter of the league. It's the right time to go on a hot streak. Although Virtus Pro, even with 3 wins in a row, I don't think we can really say this is a hot streak just yet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the opponents they've had isn't necessarily the most top tier, but a win is a win, and when you win, you feel good, and you want to get that morale booster. You want to move in, feel like you're doing a good performance. So definitely, they're going to build up a little bit of confidence for themselves. So hopefully, they can keep the streak going, and even the higher up competition. Because who doesn't love good quality Dota? You don't always want to see the Navis. You don't always want to see the alliances. You want to see these up and comers, these new Russian Dota teams, be able to perform. So I'm really excited.
We want to see the team who's going to become the next Navi or the next Alliance.
Yes, exactly.
Well, speaking of Navi Alliance, that's actually our next match of today. Merlini's going to be joining me for that one, but that does it for Virtus Pro vs. Cleave. Coddle Guy, thanks for joining me. It was a lot of fun casting with you for the first time.
Yeah, it was great. And once again, I'm so humbled that you guys had me on for my first Starladder debut. So thankful to make it happen. And today is a plethora of good Dota. I mean, I know this was just the appetizer, the potato skin of today's Dota, but the second I step off from this, gods, I'm watching. I mean, Cloud9 Empire 2, this is absurd. I can't wait to see this.
I think I'm more excited for Cloud9 Empire than Navi Alliance. The chat may crucify me for that one, but those 2 teams are just playing amazing Dota right now. Navi, they have a good day, they have a bad day, you never really know what you're getting, but Empire's beaten Navi 4 times in a row. Like, these guys are right now playing better than any other team in the Western scene. Like, hands down. It's just a question. It doesn't mean they're the best team in the Western team to me, but they're playing better than anyone else right now. So, we'll see how Empire do, but Cloud9, another team who, when they're on and have the strategies rolling out, they're a pleasure to watch. So it'll be fun, man. Thanks for joining me, though. If you guys want to support Coddle Guy, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Coddle Guy, as well as twitch.tv/Coddle Guy. So thanks, and I appreciate all the support. Happy to welcome any sort of criticism, negative or positive. So thanks again, gods. It was a pleasure.
No worries, man. I'll see you later, guys. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, it's Navi versus Alliance. I'll be casting with Ben Merlini Wu. Stay tuned.